Hi guys, how are you? This is Loise. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're well and safe wherever you are. I am here in Calgary as usual, and I'm here to give you some good news today. Okay, with regards to permanent residence applications and especially express entry applications. I just want to say, if this is your first time here, you are welcome. For my followers, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Why am I asking you to subscribe? I have made maybe over 50 videos on immigration to Canada. And this is about programs for immigrating here, life in Canada, how to get jobs, kind of jobs, all aspects of Canadian immigration. So I know people have questions. If you have a question, I think the first place that you should go to is go to my videos, because I have answered a lot of questions there. Okay, if you want to have a personal interaction with me, you want advice on a personal issue with regards to immigration, kindly send me an email and book a consultation. Okay, the information that I give on my videos should not be taken as legal advice, and that's why I say if you want legal advice, please book a consultation to get professional advice. Okay, all right. Good news. Good news. The first good news that I have seen so far is that things are starting to open up, especially here in Canada. People are going back to work. You know, we've had various phases of opening up in various cities and towns. So things are looking better than they did look in April. Also, in the regard, for the purpose of today's video, I want to address immigration. Yes, because I know you're following me here because you have an interest in Canadian immigration. We still have travel restrictions in place, but they're also lifting them up slowly by slowly. Applications are still being accepted and they're still being processed. However, as we said, things will never be the same again because of COVID-19, and therefore Immigration Canada has been making a lot of policy changes. Just this 1 week we've seen a lot of policy changes. Some of them could be temporary, but I know a lot of them are going to be permanent and are going to run in the long run. So it's good that we keep up and we know exactly what we need to be doing, and that's why I am here. Okay, all right. COVID has affected the way we are doing business, and it's not a surprise then that IRCC operations have also been affected. That is from paper applications to online applications, from processing time delays, from obtaining mandatory documentation, etc. On the good side, we have also seen that IRCC has really stepped up and is offering a lot of leniency, especially where you cannot find documentation on things to do with biometrics, on student applications, on refugee applications. All kind of applications are changing, and they have changed. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a series of videos regarding our international students, refugees, permanent residence application, work permit applications, etc. I will make them. I cannot cram everything in one video. So today we are only going to tackle express entry because there are important changes which are happening there. Okay, all right. So if you're a skilled immigrant, you're interested to come to Canada, or you want to make your application, or you have already made your application, I think this is for you. So they stopped issuing ITAs to federal skilled workers and federal skilled trades in March when COVID hit. So for a while there, they've been only issuing ITAs to the Canadian Experience class and the PNPs, and majority of those people were already in Canada, and that's why they did that, because then they didn't have to worry about the travel restrictions. There are still some people who were issued these invitations who were outside Canada, but majority of the people who received invitations in the last few months were only inside Canada. But good news is they have now opened up invitations to all the classes in the express entry. So federal skilled workers, federal skilled trades, Canadian experience class, and provincial nomination now are all eligible to receive ITAs from the Express Entry Pool. I think that is good news. There's a lot of people who've been holding back. They didn't know whether they should apply. They didn't know whether they should be updating their records, and I know people have been affected by English assessment, IELTS. I know some places, especially in Africa, some places are still closed. In Kenya, I think they're still closed, but I think you can still go to Uganda as long as you're allowed into Uganda. You can still go to Uganda and do these tests across the borders. Okay, all right, so yeah, this is now the time to get ready. If you're not ready, this is the time to file your application. But before you do that, I want to talk to you simply because, as I said, things have changed, and you want to give yourself the best chance. On July 8th, they did issue 3,900 ITAs. And these were for the people who were already in the pool. Guess what? The CRS score that was invited on that day, July 8th, that was last week, right? I think so, was 478. Yes, that is such a high CRS score. Actually, that did surpass the CRS score that was last invited in March. That is pre-COVID. Okay? I think that time, pre-COVID, the last ITA was 471, if I'm not wrong. So this one is 478. And any point is way too many points with regards to ITAs. Okay? One thing that caught my attention there is the tie-breaking rule that was applied for this invitation. They did a tiebreaker rule based on applications filed in February 11 at 3:17 UTC. Yes, so all these highly qualified people were already in the pool even before COVID happened. That is serious. Okay? Yes, and what tiebreaker rule means is that they did, assuming all of you, so because there are people who had 478 and they did not get an invitation, and that's what I want to explain with the tiebreaker rule. So it's on the first come first basis, right? So if more than one candidate had the lowest score, that is the 478, the cutoff is based on the date and time that they submitted their Express Entry profile. It's based on when you submitted, which tells you that all these people who had 478, they had submitted their profiles way before COVID, and that was on February 11 at 3:17. So if you did apply on February 11 at 4 p.m., you would not have received an invitation to apply because of that tiebreaker rule. Just hoping now that the points don't go up further, so that then maybe you can get a chance to be invited in the next draw that they do for the pool. Okay, we are continuing. What is that? What does that mean for you? It means that there's a lot of competition. Yes, there is a lot of competition on the skilled immigration to Canada. We see this CRS score going up every day. It's rising every day. We should be concerned, especially if you're just about to get into the pool or you're in the pool. Do you have any chances of ever getting an invitation? And before you file that application, I just want to ask you, make sure that you're giving yourself the best shot. There's a lot of people who don't do a lot of due diligence. As long as they qualify for federal skilled worker class, they go and file their application and they have maybe 300 points, 370 points, 400 points, 420. I want you to have a full understanding that when you go into the pool, do you have a chance of getting that invitation? Okay, that is what you should be worried about. And now, after you know the exact points that you have, that is going to direct how you're going to approach your application. Make sure that you've given yourself the best shot. The best shot means you have the best language assessment. You have you have outlined your skill sets properly. You have outlined your NOC. You have identified your NOC. You know where your skill set would be needed, so you're focusing on the right provinces for provincial nomination. If that doesn't work, then you have a Canadian standard resume and you're able to look for work, because only those two things are going to increase your points in the pool. Okay? Don't just go there while you've given yourself half shots. Please don't. It's a waste of time. Make sure that you give yourself the best shot. This is a time that I'm telling people, if you can do French, my friend, that could be the only ticket for you to make it to this express entry. Okay, if you can do French. The people who like to procrastinate, you're thinking, I'll go to Canada next year. Know that age is not working for you. It's working against you the moment you hit 30. So you only have the privilege of procrastinating when you're below 30. Okay, after 30 you need to make a decision and make it quick, just so that you don't regret 3 years down the line when you're thinking, oh, you know what, I should have applied, and then you've already lost so many points because of age. And guess what, there is nothing you can do about age. Also, you need to make sure, are you the right principal applicant in your family? So I know people have dreams of immigrating, but then again, they've not even considered whether between them and the spouse, who has the best shot, based not only on age, but based on work experience, based on skill set. Who is even more likely to get a job offer? Who is more likely to get a provincial nomination? Just make sure that you have considered all those before you put in that application. Okay, so we've talked about language, we've talked about French, principal applicant. The timing is really important. Okay, so let us see. And that's why I'm saying you should be careful from today. From today, you should be very conscious. And the reason I'm saying this, with 478, this increase will, from the trend that I'm seeing, most likely it's going to get higher. Why am I saying this? We've seen the effect, the immigration issues with our South brothers in the US. Okay, they suspended work permits. Now they have an international student crisis. Guess what? Canada is looking more and more attractive internationally. Not just because of the US politics, but there's been a lot of demand for Canada because our Prime Minister and Canada continue to be very inviting to immigrants. So it's looking really attractive. And we've seen during this COVID, Canada came out like a superstar. Okay, in all aspects, the way they handled their people, the way they gave financial support, of course we have all the other benefits in Canada with regards to education, health, etc., security, stuff like that, quality of life. So Canada is becoming quite attractive. With that means then the competition is only gonna get high. If people cannot go to the US, that traffic is going to be directed to Canada. So make sure, my friend, that you have given yourself the best shot. If you look at the express entry pool today, with data from a week ago or 2 weeks ago, we already have 22,000 people who are between 451 and 500 points. That is way too many people when you consider the number of invitations that they give. So if they're giving 3,900, so that only tells you how much of a chance you have. More specifically, I want to look at the number that is between 470 and 471 and 480. We already have 4,561 within those 10 points. Okay, that is not even enough. 481 to 490, we already have 1,600 people, right? So be careful, know the exact shots you're giving to yourself. So I'm not gonna do more preaching. I think I've preached enough on what you need to do before you ever file your express entry application. I tell people, make sure, review it with a professional, review your chances, because you might just be getting in the pool to waste your time. And you're going to live on some false hopes. I see people who tell me, I applied for express entry in 2018, and I'm like, my friend, that is expired. Profile only lasts 1 year, so you will need to do another one the other year. So make sure that consult with a professional. It's a small charge. It's a small charge that can save you a lot of time. And time, when you're talking about express entry, time is your biggest luxury. Okay, all right, my friends, thank you so much for tuning in for this video. My next video, I want to talk about the changes in the refugee system, because we have a lot of changes from how you do an application. Okay, so tune in, watch out. I'll be releasing that video soon. Before then, take care and thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Bye now.